Okay guys, welcome to the first video in probably a series of videos that I'm going to make. Topics that can be very complex and very confusing for some individuals, and essentially what I want to do is break them down and make them as simple as possible on the topic of teen bodybuilding and how to go about gaining muscle. You want to make some gains, you're a teen, you're maybe a little bit older than a teen. Primary thing is though, you want to build some muscle. So, we're going to discuss training first. Regular question that I get is, AJ, I want to gain some muscle, how do I go about my training? Okay, so you've got to consider the first thing is going to be what's optimal for you. What's optimal for your lifestyle? Are you a busy individual? Do you have college? Do you go to university? These are all things that you have to think about when programming your training. So, I've brought together two options here. Don't know if you can see them, but we've got option 1 and option 2. Option 1 is going to be an individual that wants to train 4 days a week. So maybe they have less time, maybe they're less dedicated. I'm going to touch on that in a second. So, first point. Less time. An individual with less time is going to want to look towards an upper-lower split. His frequency is going to be key when you want to gain some muscle. You're new to training, you're probably in your first couple of years, and what you really want to do is frequently get inside the gym and lift some weights. On the point, you're less dedicated. If an individual is on a okay, maybe they enjoy it, fair point, but if an individual is on a one body part a day split and they miss a session, that's what's going to get them to build muscle in the start, which is frequency. So if they miss a session, boom, that's a big issue. If you miss a session on an upper lower split, not as important, not as vital, because you've already hit your upper body once by training once. You've hit your lower body, once by training twice. If you train twice a week, man, if you're not training more than twice a week, you're probably not interested in gaining much muscle. Fact. Okay. Number 2, you want to train more than 4 days a week. We're getting serious now. You want to build some serious muscle. You've got more time and you're probably more dedicated. You might look towards a push-pull leg split. Why? Frequency is increased. You're able to add maybe a few more exercises, be a bit more specific. If your arms are weak, you might want to add in a bit more arms. You got more time. Okay. Brilliant. So those are your two options. Fairly simple and clear. What you want to know now is how do we go about setting up those days. What I'd recommend is that with every day you have at least one exercise that you're really chasing improvement on. I like to call it an improvement movement. Something that you really want to chase progression in. It might be a squat, it might be a deadlift, or it might even be an inclined dumbbell press. It's usually a compound that you just maybe really enjoy and you feel comfortable progressing in that movement. It's not causing injury. On one day, work with that movement on a higher rep range, and the next day, if you're doing, so say lower body day, your chosen movement is a squat. One day you'll work it in the 5 to 8 rep range, so strength, and then another day you'll do 8 to 12, maybe 10 to 15, so hypertrophy training. Okay. So you'll have one day of high reps and one day of low reps. Simple, easy setup. Final point, guys and girls. Progression. You're going to want to start logging your sessions and chasing progression in reps or weights, maybe sets. Maybe sets in the future. First thing you really want to chase is progression week to week in reps and weight. Volume over time, I mean you will not progress every workout. if you progressed every workout and you added 2.5 kilos to your 60 kilo squat, by the end of 2 years, you're going to have a pretty damn good squat. You're going to be squatting a disgusting amount of weight, which may well be possible, but probably not in 2 years. So remember that volume over time is going to be the foundation of you getting stronger and more muscle. Okay, that is training complete. Okay guys, so the nutrition section of this video, probably maybe one of the most important things in terms of gaining muscle is going to be how you're fueling yourself and your nutrition. So what we've got to remember, calories are going to be the main driver in you gaining muscle. What we've got to achieve is right here, a calorie surplus. Whether you're eating clean, you're tracking macros, you're on a meal, however you achieve your calorie surplus doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter, because remember, top of the whiteboard, calories are king. Below the whiteboard, calorie surplus. That's what we've got to achieve, regardless of what foods we're eating, when we're eating them, etc. We've got two options. Track your nutrition for 1 to 2 weeks. So you're going to track your nutrition using MyFitnessPal, and you're going to do it for a 2-week period. During that period, you will weigh yourself. To get an accurate reading on the scale, step on after you've gone to the toilet, before you've eaten anything. And if you're going to wear clothing, then wear the same clothing. If you're not, even better, even more accurate. Okay. What you'll do at the end of your week is divide each morning weigh-in by 7, and then you can assess where you are in terms of gaining weight. If your weight's going up on a weekly basis, probably headed in the right direction, and your nutrition is probably already in a good place. You're probably, you are in a calorie surplus. If you're gaining weight, the scale readings are going up, you're in a calorie surplus. There is no need for you to go messing about with BMR or TDEE if you can work out that you're in a calorie surplus just by starting to track your nutrition on MyFitnessPal. Second option is going to be for an individual that doesn't want to do that. They want to get straight into confirming that in some certain macros. So how would you set it up? So anywhere between 1.2 to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight for protein. If you're going to do that in kilos, 0.5 to 0.75 per kilos. Fat, you're going to look towards getting 0.4 gram per pound, and then carbs will make up the rest. So say, you're aiming for a certain calorie intake, you think that 3,000 is going to gain you weight, that will allow you to set up that 3,000 calories. A quick guesstimation, go by a certain calorie intake and set up your macros like that, and you could be winning. As long as you're just weighing yourself every day and dividing by 7. That's going to be a good indicator of whether you're in a calorie surplus and you're gaining weight. On how much weight should you be looking to gain per month to gain muscle, or to confirm that you're not getting too out of shape. So alongside of staying accountable by taking progress pictures, in terms of rate of gain, you're going to look, if you're training for 0 to 1 year, or 0 to 1 years, you're going to look for 2 to 3 pounds a month of weight gain. That's a good number. That will confirm that you're sort of making enough gains in terms of putting on muscle whilst also controlling fat gain. The further along the line you get, so the more experience you've had in the gym, the less weight you're going to want to gain over a monthly period. Because as a natural athlete or a natural bodybuilder, you're going to have a genetic limitation. you're going to hit a point in your training career where you've probably gained the maximum amount of muscle mass that you're ever going to gain. Great newbie gains, you'll be able to pack on muscle really quick, especially with you being a teen and having a high testosterone level. A monthly period to limit fat gain over time. We don't want to end up just getting fatter and fatter, because essentially when we try to get lean, we'll have more to take off. Nutrient timing. Do we need to worry about when we eat our meals? Answer, brief and quick, is no. We don't need to worry about when we eat our meals. Aim to eat a meal containing protein every 3 to 4 hours. That's a good guideline. But don't worry too much. Calories are king. If you get your calories in by the end of the day, it's not going to make a great deal of difference whether you ate protein 3 hours ago or not. Protein powder. You don't need it to make gains. It's essentially, yes, the digestion rate might be slightly different to chicken or eggs or something like that, but essentially it's just allowing you to hit a protein goal. It's great for convenience and it's great to have in your arsenal, but you don't need it. Don't waste your money if you don't have it to spend. Water, you're going to look to drink, if you want a guideline on how many litres you should drink, between 3 and 5, but it ranges. So aim for sort of 5 clear peas a day. That's a recent recommendation from Eric Helms. With regards to supplementation, as I said, you can get protein powder. That's a good supplement. Alongside that, you probably look to get a multivitamin, maybe vitamin C, vitamin D, an omega-3 oil, because we don't produce EFAs in our body on its own. Finally, one of the most researched supplements out there is going to be creatine, 5 grams a day, and it doesn't matter when you take it. That's going to cover pretty much everything with regards to nutrition that you'll want to know sort of now. You can build your knowledge over time, but this is going to give you all you need to get started on your road to gaining muscle. So guys, I hope that you like this video and I can bring more in the future if you do enjoy them. Make sure to comment down below, tell me what you think, tell me if you disagree with anything. Subscribe, like and share this video please, it all helps, and I will see you in the next one guys. Thanks very much for watching.